Okay, today we're going to work on the BLAST Lab R bats birds, and we're going to do an investigation using protein sequences to figure out if bats are more closely related to birds or mammals. So we've been talking about morphological characteristics. That would be like physical, anatomical characteristics, what do different animals eat, how do they look, where do they live, to figure out how closely related they might be. But this time we're going to use proteins, or look at them at the DNA level. And I had you do this by hand, but this time we're going to use a database. So we're going to be looking up in this UniPro database, we're going to be looking at hemoglobin beta. And the reason we're going to use hemoglobin beta is because hemoglobin is in red blood cells, and we know that all the different animals have red blood cells. It's something we can guarantee that is going to be available. So we're going to go here and we're going to open up this website right here. Okay, and that's going to take us to our database. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type in hemoglobin beta and hit enter. What we're going to see here on the screen is that we have lots of different organisms over here on the right hand side, organisms, and we have lots of different entries that we can choose from. You'll see some of these, like the first 1, 2, 3, have subunit beta -1 or -2. We don't want to use those. So I'm going to start by choosing this one that says hemoglobin subunit beta, and it's for Bos taurus, which is the bovine. And I'm going to click add to basket right up here in the center. You can add, today we're going to add 5 animals, 2 that are birds, 2 that are bats, and 1 other mammal. So that's my 1 other mammal. And I'm going to go up here to hemoglobin beta. And I'm going to start with my bats. And I'm going to type in bat. And this should give me a bunch of different bats to choose from. Again, don't choose one that has a -2 or a -1 or alpha somewhere in there. So I'm feeling like the Australian ghost bat right here. I'm going to click that guy, and let's go with the Egyptian fruit bat. So I've selected 2 bats. And again, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click add to basket. And now I need birds. Sometimes the word bird is helpful, but maybe choose a specific kind of bird. I'll do chicken. Okay, so I'm looking for hemoglobin subunit beta, so that's the very first one. And I'm going to hit add to basket, and I need 1 more bird. And maybe eagle. Let's see if they have any eagles in here. I've got, perfect. Let's go with the golden eagle, the very first one. Add to basket. Okay, now I can come over here and I see that I have 5 animals in my basket. Perfect. I have the mammal, I've got 2 bats, and I've got 2 birds. So before we do anything with this, we're going to take the names of our animals and we're going to go back to the assignment. So I'm going back into OneNote, and I'm going to go over here to my chart. So the first thing in my table was the cow. You can write bovine, and I'm going to put that here as well. The next thing on my list was the ghost bat and then the fruit bat. So I'm going to go back over here. So we have ghost bat, then we have fruit bat, and then I had chicken, and then I had the golden eagle. And I'm going to copy that list over here too. So this is sort of like a multiplication table. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out how, oops, it helps to spell chicken right. I'm going to find out how closely related these different species are. So if I'm looking at my chart, I'm going to start here. I've got A and B. am comparing the cow to the ghost bat. So let's go back over here, and I'm going to select the cow and the ghost bat, and I'm going to hit the word align. Okay, so this can take a varied amount of time to align depending on how active the site is and how many people are using our Wi-Fi. Oh, only 12 seconds, new record. Okay, so what I've done is I've just compared the sequence of the protein for hemoglobin beta in the cow and in the ghost bat. What we see here is stars mean they align up. The dots mean they're different, so we see a couple places where these are very different. Okay, so what I'm looking for here is the word that says identity, right here, 81.5%. So they are identical at 119 positions, they're similar at 20, and therefore when they compare them, they share 81.5% similarity in this gene. So I'm going back to OneNote, and I'm going to write right here 81.5%. So the cow to the ghost bat are 81.5% related. I'm going to do this same thing for the fruit bat. So I'm going to go back up to my basket. I'm going to choose the cow, and I'm going to compare this guy to the Egyptian fruit bat. Again, I'm going to hit align. We're going to wait for it to run. And now we're going to go see how similar they are. So we see identity, they are 83.56%. So go back to my chart, and I'm going to write 83.56%. And I'm going to complete this chart comparing the cow to the fruit bat, the cow to the chicken, the cow to the golden eagle. And then go back to my basket. Then I'm going to compare the ghost bat to the fruit bat, the ghost bat to the chicken, the ghost bat to the golden eagle, then the fruit bat to the chicken, the fruit bat to the golden eagle, and I'm only going to be filling out these parts of the table right here because the grade parts are just repeated. Then we're going to use the data to build and draw a phylogenetic tree. So what that's going to look like is you're going to see who's most closely related, and we're going to draw the lines like this, and we're going to write whatever comes out to be most closely related. I didn't finish, so I can't tell you. You're going to probably use different animals. And it may look like this. And so on and so forth. Once you've done your phylogenetic tree, you can confirm your tree using the database. So I'm going to go back here to the database, and I go back up to my basket, and I am going to select everybody. And I'm going to hit align. This one's probably going to take a little bit longer because we're comparing all 5 species. Okay, so this time you can see we're comparing all 5 of the animals, and this time we get a tree. So you can see here it's abbreviated, and you might not remember what these abbreviations, the HBB chick, HBB, AQUCH, but if we go back up to our basket, we can see that HBB chick is the chicken, the AQUCH is the golden eagle, and we can see how closely related they are and compare our phylogenetic tree. You're going to want to screenshot this one. Make sure you clean that up. Save that to your photos, and then you're going to put that in the assignment. And then we can go ahead and insert. So there we go, we've inserted our picture. Then you're going to analyze your results and answer the research question, are bats birds, by making a claim, one sentence answer. Evidence, that's going to be from your chart up here. So evidence should be the data with no interpretation. And then the reasoning is explaining to me the evidence. Last, you're going to choose from either investigation 2 or investigation 3, where you can choose your own investigation question, such as, are domestic house cats more closely related to lions or tigers or panthers or leopards, or anything you want, as long as you choose 5 organisms. If you want to determine how closely related things are, again, use that beta hemoglobin gene, but you can use any protein that you want. So if you want to use your genetics project protein and complete something similar to investigation 2, but instead of using cystic fibrosis, use the gene from your project, that works too.